Alright, here we have to find the perimeter of this trapezoid and the area. Let's start out with the perimeter. Now, remember, we're going to have to know the distance. Because perimeter, we're just adding up the lengths of the sides, and that'll give us the perimeter. Now, from A to B, it's just 1, 2, 3. So A to B is length of 3. Now C to D, we can just count again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so C to D is 6. Now where we run into problems is because this right here, we can't just count like that because we're not on a straight line. So what we'll have to do is use the ordered pair and the distance formula. So we need this ordered pair and this ordered pair. And we're going to use the distance formula. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 1 is that point. So 5, 1. Okay, and then this one, it'd be 6, and then we'd be up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 5, 6, 5. No, so and remember in our distance formula, we're going to do change in x plus the change in y. So that's our distance formula. Alright, so for this one, I'll just use this as x1 and x2. So I'm just going to go 5 minus 6 squared plus 1 minus 5 squared. Now this one doesn't really matter on order because you're squaring them, and it's going to end up being the same difference. So we end up with -1 squared, and then we plus -4 squared. Regardless, we're going to end up with 1 plus 16, so we end up with the square root of 17 as our distance there. And now we could say, if we round, it'd be 4.12. So we found the distance B to C. Alright, and then we have to do the same thing to come up with a distance for DA. So what I'm going to do is just do it over here. We'll go to DA. Let's figure out what the ordered pairs are. Alright, so count over, so it's 1, 2, 3. So the X is 3, and then the Y would be 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 5 would be that point, or that ordered pair. And then this one would be up 1 for the Y, but it'd be over 1. So it's 1, -1 for the X, and up 1, so positive 1 for the Y. Alright, and so then we're going to use the distance formula again. So distance, change in X squared plus the change in Y squared. Alright, so I'm just going to take 3 minus -1. So I'm taking the difference in the x's. Then I'm going to take the difference in the y's. So it's going to be 5 minus 1 squared. Alright, so we end up with 4 squared plus 4 squared. So we're going to end up with 32 squared because 16 plus 16. Okay, and then we take the square root of that and we get 5.66 for the distance. So the distance DA is equal to 5.6. And then for perimeter, we're just going to add those all up. So we would say 3 plus 6 plus 4.12 plus 5.66. And that yields us a perimeter of 18.78. So that's our perimeter. And perimeter, again, is just adding up all the sides, just the distance around for this. Alright, so then the next thing we have to do is come up with area. Now, we have to area for a trapezoid is 1/2 the base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, now looking at our trapezoid up here, base 1 and base 2 would be, okay, this is going to be base 2 probably is what we could say. So this would be 6, this is 3, okay, and then our height is 4. Now you may ask where I came up with 4 for the height. Now the height is just, I'm going to count up here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the height, okay, is basically this right here. So I'm just counting up 4 spots. So that would be our height. And so what we'll do is just use this form. So 1/2 3 plus 6 times 4. And if we multiply that all together, we get 18. Now, centimeters squared. Now, I left off my units here. That'd just be centimeters. Because remember, it's squared when you have area, and if you're talking about length, it's just a single unit.